Finally, after much silence, John Travolta has shared a video in which he discusses his new partner. After the tragic loss of his wife Kelly, many were taken aback by the fresh photographs of him with his new romantic interest. Whether on or off camera, John Travolta always manages to captivate an audience. After suffering such a profound loss, we are going to learn the next chapter in his love adventure. Stay for the reveal. As an actor now in his 69th year, John Travolta has seen it all over his 50 incredible years in the industry. Pulp Fiction, Grease Lightning, the iconic musical number, and Saturday Night Fever, the film with the most exciting dance floors, are all part of his filmography. John definitely has exceptional acting skills, as seen by 8 films that grossed over $200 million, and over 10 films that passed the coveted $100 million milestone. His box office acumen is really remarkable, but there's a lot more to it than Hollywood glamour for John. His romantic history is as eclectic as his filmography, and it awaits you if you delve into his personal life. From his public engagements to his supposed flings, John's romantic life has been all over the news. Even though he was married to Kelly Preston for 29 years and had 3 children with her, rumors and suspicions filled his early days. We can trace John's romantic involvements all the way back to 1976, when he first started performing, when he started dating American actress Anita Gillette. Even if tensions grew, the plan was certain to fail. Changing the course of his love life, the actor met Diana Hyland at the end of 1976 and was completely charmed with her. The real-life relationship between them started to grow while they were filming The Boy in the Plastic Bubble, even though the film showed a mother-son bond. Despite being 18 years apart in age, their love flourished. They never got to finish their love tale since Diana died of breast cancer on March 27, 1977. As they were together, John let his heart out in a way he had never let his guard down before, a love he had never experienced before. "I have never been more in love with anyone in my life," the actor said, reflecting on their profound connection on Bubble Set and how their intense chemistry blossomed into a love affair. The agony he felt saying farewell to Diana was palpable in the month after her death, as John recounted keeping her close till she died. He went into great length describing the sensation of her breath leaving her body. Their engagement, impending marriage, chosen home and future together were all heartbreaking news that John delivered. After Diana's death, he started a new chapter in his life with actress Marilu Henner. Their romance spanned the years 1978-1989, May. This includes the 1985 film Perfect, in which John and Marilu were co-stars. The stage was set for John and Marilu's relationship when they first crossed paths in November 1972 during the staging of Grease. It took nearly a year for them to be able to go on a date after apparently hitting it off immediately due to John's obligations. Their tumultuous affair came to an end, and John Travolta went on to seek other partnerships. More intrigue about John's private life arose in 1980 when French model Catherine Deneuve apparently had a brief flirtation with him. Despite the widespread speculation, neither party has spoken publicly on the alleged romance. In 1981, when John was in his late 20s and Brooke's mother introduced them, he started a love chain that would include the intriguing American actress and model Brooke Shields. Brooke had reached the age of 16. Due to the significant age difference between them, their connection remained strictly platonic. Curiously, word got around that John and Brooke were dating, but nobody could confirm it. Rumors of a romance between John Travolta and Princess Diana have only served to inflame the passions of the fans. The lovers danced the night away during the royal couple's 1985 historic visit to the White House, giving observers the idea that they were part of a magical fairy tale. A wonderful incident was described by John as follows: "It felt like a page out of a storybook. We bowed at the end. She went her way, I went mine, and my carriage turned back into a pumpkin." In the end, however, he never found love, thus none of those relationships could last. Kelly Preston, the woman John would marry and love for the rest of his life, was someone he met in 1988 on set of The Experts. John Travolta and Kelly Preston's captivating affair unfolded like a script for an equally captivating film. On the set of The Experts in 1989, they had their first planned encounter. I was not that happily married, let's put it that way. I was really with the wrong person. Regardless, John and Kelly seem to have a typical love tale scenario, love at first sight. So says Kelly. At the time, Kelly's legal ties to her ex-husband, Kevin Gage, persisted. In John's words, "She came in, this gorgeous woman. We had an immediate chemistry." He reflects on his first fascination with her and how he felt an immediate connection. Kelly Preston's marriage to John Preston came to an end after a while, and the two were free to continue their own love story. They tied the marriage in 1991 after being romantically linked for a while. They were married on September 5th in the heart of Paris at the ancient Hôtel de Crillon. Their first ceremony, which was officiated by a Scientology minister from France, was so troublesome that they decided to do a second one. On September 12th, the second ceremony was held at Daytona Beach, Florida. Preston and Travolta's first child, a boy they named Jet, was born on a historic day, April 13, 1992. Unfortunately, Jet's serious health problems put a damper on the happy expectation of a new child's arrival. Jet has been profoundly affected by autism, a developmental impairment, in ways that words cannot describe. His struggles extended beyond autism to include Kawasaki illness, an incredibly rare condition that, in the worst instances, produces artery swelling and inflammation. The challenges that Travolta and Preston encountered were substantial, to say the least. Their bond is deep and special, and despite everything, Travolta loves spending time with his son Jet, whom he has had since birth. Travolta said, "I can't fathom what life would be like without Jet." The couple's commitment to each other remained unwavering in the face of adversity. They added a daughter, Ella Bleu, to their family in the year 2000. While reflecting on their enduring relationship, Preston said in a 2011 interview with Health, "We keep it alive and playful and fun, and we don't push each other's buttons." The fact that their love story has survived life's obstacles is evidence of how strong their connection is. The speculations about John Travolta continued even after he was married, and that's saying something. But these rumors couldn't destroy the solid bond he had with his wife. The urban legend that pilot Doug Gotterba had an affair with John Travolta when they were both employed by the actor endured. Because, as is well known to everyone who know Travolta, he is a licensed pilot and has his own private runway. The Travolta family refuted and mocked these claims. In 2012, allegations that Travolta had molested masseuses surfaced. There was no mistaking Kelly's reaction. She believed these claims were motivated by a hunger for stardom and riches at the expense of John. Even when he had opportunities to wander, Travolta was always there for Kelly, and she was the same way. The fact that Kirstie Alley was seeing John Travolta added a further layer. There was never any doubt about their on-screen relationship in the critically acclaimed flicks Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking Too. Their unbreakable love stood strong in the face of Hollywood's glitter as Travolta stayed committed to Kelly despite these onstage affairs. They got closer as they discovered they shared many interests and values, particularly their Scientology membership. Kirstie Alley said on the Dan Watton Interview podcast that she had trouble letting go of her affections for John Travolta while married to Parker Stevenson. "Because I let myself fall in love with him and stay in love with him for so long, I believe what I did was far worse," she stated. Alley spoke about Travolta being her greatest love and recounted an emotional love affair they had in an interview with Howard Stern in 2013. Alley said that Travolta returned her romantic feelings when they first met, but they didn't pursue a relationship because Ali was married to Stevenson, and he married Kelly Preston in 1991. What's interesting is that Preston knew Ali's feelings for her husband. Ali related an entertaining incident where she admitted to flirting with Travolta, which led Preston to ask, "Are you flirting with my husband?" Although Travolta never openly acknowledged Ali's romantic feelings, the situation took a lighter tone after their honest confession and Preston's direct response, which helped Ali overcome her crush on him. The two became friends, and Travolta remained faithful to his loving wife. Travolta opened up about their therapy in 2005, stating, "I know for a fact that we wouldn't be together if we hadn't had counseling." This demonstrates that the couple was open to discussing the difficulties that every couple encounters, despite the stability of their relationship. "We used to have counseling every 6 months for 12 years. It's important to keep in touch with a partner because relationships evolve and change over time. Failing to do so can lead to estrangement. Their maturity served them well through the storms and gave them the resilience they needed when tragedy struck in 2009. Their lives were turned upside down when their son Jet, who had suffered from seizures since he was 2 years old, died at the age of 16. Jet was discovered asleep in the toilet while on a family trip to the Bahamas, and that's when everything went wrong. There were attempts to revive him, but he reportedly had a fatal seizure and hit his head on the bathtub's edge. Jet was the most wonderful son that two parents could ever ask for. The briefness of our time with him has left us devastated. For the rest of our lives, we will treasure the moments we had with him," John and Kelly said in a somber statement, expressing their anguish. In interviews given during that trying period, the actor discussed his journey to Scientology for support after Jet's death. Benjamin, the couple's third child, was born nearly 2 years after this terrible tragedy. Benjamin helped them grow closer emotionally, gave them the strength to overcome their grief, and brought new joy and meaning to their lives. The year 2020 brought Travolta yet another test of his strength as he bid farewell to his beloved wife, Kelly Preston. Kelly had been secretly fighting a serious illness for years before her death at the age of 57 from breast cancer. She had been receiving treatment at the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston. John and Ella Blue took to Instagram to announce her passing. In an interview with the National Enquirer in 2015, Sam Travolta Jr. spoke frankly about his struggles as a screenwriter and how John Travolta's financial support helped him get through tough times. Tragically, Sam passed away unexpectedly at the age of 52 in his Wisconsin home. The circumstances surrounding his passing remain unknown. According to USA Today, John Travolta's appearance on Kevin Hart's TV show goes further into the subject of his wife's death. Dealing with multiple losses in a short period of time can be a very tough emotional journey, and Travolta and his family were probably supporting each other through those tough times. In an interview from April 2021, Travolta also mentioned the importance of finding a space to mourn without interference, recognizing that company is nice but can sometimes take the focus off personal healing. He shared the difficulty of navigating through grief, particularly when others come to talk about your pain. Living without Kelly, with whom he shared a deep and enduring love, has surely presented immense challenges for the actor. During that period, Travolta posted a photo of the two of them from their past on social media with the caption, "My dearest Olivia, you made all of our lives so much better." The comment continued, "You made a tremendous difference. My heart aches for you. Later on, we shall meet up with you and we will all be reunited. Danny and John have been yours from the first time I laid eyes on you, and that will never change." Travolta's deep sadness was amplified by the caption. In December 2022, Travolta received more tragic news. His dear friend Kirstie Alley had died at the age of 71. Ali had been diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer in May 2022 and had passed away a few months later. Ali and Travolta were one of the most iconic film couples of the 1980s, having co-starred in the Look Who's Talking film franchise. To honor Ali's memory, Travolta posted an Instagram photo of the two of them, sparking a deluge of online celebrity tributes. He captioned the photo, writing, "Kirstie was one of the most special relationships I've ever had. Kirstie, you are very important to me. We will definitely cross paths again." Having lost two close friends, Olivia Newton-John and Kirstie Alley, 2023 Oscar host John Travolta had the difficult task of paying tribute to the actors who had passed away the previous year. With emotion streaming down his face, Travolta quoted a line from Olivia's song Grease. "They've touched our hearts, they've made us smile, and became dear friends who we will always remain hopelessly devoted to." After the tragic losses of his first child, wife, and friends, John Travolta continues on with a strong resolve to honor their memory. At 69 years old, with Kelly no longer in his life, Travolta focuses on being a good dad, hoping to maintain a close family bond and provide a bright future for his children. However, rumor has it that he is also considering a new romantic chapter, according to an online source. His friends and family are urging him to heal and move on from Kelly's death. Maybe he's finally ready, having realized that Kelly wouldn't want him to spend the rest of his life alone. Friends are putting him up on dates, and he's even considering hiring a matchmaker to help him find someone who meets his standards. He hasn't made the announcement public yet. We all know he loved Kelly, and she would have wanted to see him happy. Now, what drives him is the idea of finding love again and being strong, healthy, and happy for his kids, Ella and Benjamin. It's all about making sure his family stays happy and connected. So what are his criteria? Well, according to a source, he's not asked much, just that she be kind, warm, gracious, funny, and spontaneous. Being attractive wouldn't hurt either. The way John Travolta is approaching this new chapter of his life with optimism and openness makes us wonder, can love blossom again after loss? And is there room for a new chapter of happiness in Travolta's story? Life is full of surprises, and Travolta's resilience makes us wonder what exciting chapter awaits him. After all, isn't the pursuit of love and joy an eternal and universal quest for everyone? Until then, stay tuned and leave a comment with your beautiful thoughts.